Yep, I'm jumping on this too. I am jumping on this too. Yep, we're going to be talking about Fresh and Fit podcast and the Albert Priest. I'm jumping on this too. Oh man, just for the fact that this is very interesting, but this also like I've always said when it comes to men and their disagreements, yes, we will get into it, and most of the times, this where a lot of masculine energy goes to, where you might call this hyper masculine energy or some shit like that, where two niggas agree, and it's just like either you're going to argue about it or you're going to catch the fade. And everybody, I usually say this. Usually after this, everything is squashed. So before like any women before it's like, oh y'all argue just like I said, you're in the middle of it. This is like the eye of the storm. It's like it hasn't even got to a part where they got into it. Even though um Fresh just challenged Preach to a damn boxing match, and Preach was like, "We can get it in." So we're not there yet. This is more or less the eye of the storm before when the disaster strikes, when two men argue with each other. I want people to realize this. It's like after this, I'm expecting. I could be wrong, but I'm expecting to be squashed. I'm not saying they're going to be cool after this, but I'm expecting after this, their shit is settled. They squash it out. They don't have to like each other, but the situation is solved after a fight. First things first, let's talk about what's been conspiring like the past week, because this is probably the most interesting shit out of everything. First things first, I like both. I'm subscribed to both Fresh and Fit and Alba and Preach. I watched all of their content. Both of them, they got very good perspectives on their side and all that other stuff. They're both needed. I know, like the more I watch each of them, the more you get to see more of a personality and all that other stuff. Fresh, I would say like they're both logical men, but their deliveries are different. Um, Fresh and Fit, when it comes to like the way they deliver it, is very straightforward. No, it's no. Let's just say it's no soft punches, no pity pat taps, no. It's straight facts, and they're going to hit you in the face. And the way Myron delivers it, it's just like, oh, this is going to hit you, and you're going to not like it. So that's how Myron really delivers his. If anybody watched it, that's how he delivers. And he'll tell you this might offend you, but I don't care. Blah 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 blah. Facts, 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 facts. And then he's on a podcast with a bunch of six emotional ass women of every race, every color in Miami, where like hypergamy is like all the rage down there. Because this is why, like, anytime you watch them, and this is why I said the Fresh and Fit podcast is needed. Because if anybody thinks you don't like it, I've always said it's needed because you get to see the delusion to some of these women on here, and the delusion is really fucking high. I think even Auburn Priest sees that, and they agree with that. Now with Myron and him kicking out girls, like I said, I've seen it, but you can always see it in his face. He has very little patience, maybe because of the work he used to do, but he has very little patience, and he has this temper of Yosemite Sam. I've seen it. It's not an insult, and if by God all means this ever graces their fucking page, it's not an insult. But I think anybody that's watched it, like Myron, he has the patience. His patience is thin, and he got the temper of Yosemite Sam. Once that patience is worn out, like he'll kick a girl out real quickly, which is, like I said, in my opinion, which is needed because some of the girls are delusional. Yes, he can get a little emotional at times. I've seen it. I think a lot, but I think that's that old alpha male. I'm a man bragging. He's very, and I think that's the Arab in him too, because obviously I think he's black and Arab or something like that. I don't know his kid, but you can tell, look on the skin. I think he's Arab. And Arab is just like, if you understand the Arab man and the way they run shit, it's just like, I'm a man, you're a woman, stay in a woman's place, blah blah blah. It's very yeah, it's very man first, women second. That's how it is. So that I think that's what really ticks off a lot of women on that show because I think the way he's brought up, which he can have that. He can have that, and I'm not. I could be wrong. Like I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but this is what I'm seeing, and I could be wrong. I don't mind being corrected. Um, fresh. I don't want to say he looks like he's along for the ride. He's along for the ride, but I think they both contribute to the podcast. But yeah, Fresh is just along for the ride, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with that because he got his own channel and he has success for his own and he made the right moves to get into the position he's in, to the position that he's in. And he does have good points, but most of the time, a lot of the facts come from Myron. If anybody watches the show, I don't want to call him a sidekick; they're a duo. And I'm just like Abba and Priest. These are not sidekicks; they're duos. I just want that. So I'm looking at this and I watched the video where, Abba and Preach uh reacted to a video they did months ago because someone asked him and he gave the opinion on it. Content is say what you want, content is content. And I guess, it got back to Fresh and Fit. And then, Myron, he put on a little chef hat. Myron Fresh put on a little chef hat. We're better. And then he started all this braggadocious shit. We're better than you niggas. Y'all have had this only thing y'all got in both of us is like a YouTube channel, blah blah blah. We're better than you niggas. And Albert Priest was looking at him was like, I don't care. It's like I don't care. That's the funny part about this whole thing, is just like you can tell like who's in control of their emotions. And Albert Priest, even though even when they was talking about his like in Cause Bell, that was over the top. Now, I've always said this. It was like, if you want to go there, you obviously want the smoke and you obviously wants to throw hands. I always say, like, when people go that far and you talk about people's family and all that shit that doesn't even pertain, you obviously want the smoke. As a man, women do that shit all the time. And it's funny, like, and that's usually an emotional thing. It's like, if you have an argument with women and you're beating them on the facts, they'll tell things like, that's why your dick little. I'm not going to lie. That's like the equivalent to what Myron did. We're better than you niggas. We're making money. We get money on that other shit. It's like we over here like Fresh just got a McLaren. We driving nice cars. We got bitches on here every day. We talking to them. It's like you two get no bitches. It's like that's the equivalent of what they did. So it's obvious, and I like both of these. Like I said, I like both of these platforms. But you can obviously see who's in their emotions better, who can handle their emotions better. To me, Preach, he reacted like I expected him to react. But especially when you talk about someone's wife. It's funny thing is, because Preach is married, and he's been married for a long time. It's like, you ain't even got to bring him in there. Now, what do I think about them? Look, like I said, men fight. And I don't want to call this a beef, because everybody's calling this a beef. I call this a situation that just needs to be handled. maybe if you want to call it a beef, that's fine. To me, I just look at it as a situation that needs to be handled. Preach said he's going to be in the States next week. If they're going to throw hands, let them throw hands. If they want to have a conversation, it's a conversation. But it's, to me, this is also, I feel like all this could be, and I've said this about every man arguments, all this could be really solved like with a phone call. Or y'all could just debate online. He don't even have to go to the States and all that stuff. Y'all could just debate online. Iron Priest really don't look like Fresh and Fit is more or less the Black Manosphere shit. They're trying to help men get better. Iron Priest, they're just two dudes that gives their opinions about random topics. And just like I do. It's basically because my page, this page is like, I just want to talk about stuff that's on my mind or stuff that's in the world. So this page is more or less after the I've been preaching. But if you really want to know, I really Sergeant Willie Pete. I'm a child of Sergeant Willie Pete. I've always said that. I don't mind saying that. With a conversation and a phone call, and let this be known. Like a lot of men arguments. Yes, it can get to a point where it gets fights, but a lot of it, once you think about it, and after you fight, it's like this is dumb. You ever seen a man fight? It's usually like they get into a fight, they go, hold on, man, this shit is dumb. What are we fighting for? We're both successful. And that's how I look at this. Y'all both successful, especially Fresh and Fit, because y'all blew up real quick. Props to them. I give them their flowers. They blew up real quick. They're exposing a lot of female delusion, which, like I said, is needed. Like they both do, and Abba and Priest, they always give this fair and logic explanation about everything. And I know this really got on them is like, do you pay for sex or not? Look, and my thing is, to each his own. If you can get game without paying for the box, that's kudos to you. But I know people, especially rich niggas, especially since I've known a couple of rich people, they pay for sex. I know white people, they go to Vegas, they go fuck a hooker, and sometimes maybe for $50, $100, they go fuck a hooker and then go about their business. They just need to get their rocks off. Rich people do this all the time. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's not even about paying for game. And we're talking about if we're talking about like paying for game or something like that, if you like the hunt, then you're gonna see if you can get the woman's panties without paying for shit. Now I've gotten sex both ways. I'm not gonna lie, I pay for sex, and I've gotten sex without having to spend a dime on both matters. Either way, it's sex. I'm gonna tell you right now. Either way, it's sex. I don't know if one is more rewarding than others. It's just like either way, you're getting your dick wet, and that's the end all be all. Is you getting your dick wet? Yes. I'm not gonna lie because I've run into people. They don't have Fresh and Fit money. They don't have Albert and Priest money, but they always like, man, these some horny boys, and I'm just like, why don't you go to a strip club or go pay for a hooker? They always want sex. Be like, every time I say go to a strip club, it's like, I don't want to pay for sex. I don't like being teased and all that other stuff. And I'm like, you go to a right strip club, they'll fuck you. $50, $100. Some people will fuck you. Hell, you go on Snapchat Premium. There's a bunch of Snapchat Premiums. They do meetups. Good 125. They'll fuck you. No one ain't gotta know. It's the thing, and that's the funny thing about paying for sex. No one has to know. And I've always said that. I don't look. This to me, there's nothing wrong with paying for sex as long as you're getting your dick wet. No one has got to know. Like, not like, are you going to tell people you got sex? Nah, niggas pay. Usually, when people pay for sex, they don't tell nobody. It's just a regular thing to do. It's just like, bam. As like I said, rich people do it all the fucking time. It's not because like they ain't got no game. Because a lot of people think it's all the games. No, some people it's just time consuming. Like they don't want to do that. Go find a girl. All right, $125, suck your dick. Or if you go one of them high end escorts, however they want to pay, they got these packages, the girlfriend package. I know a porn star, Ayana Angel, she got a website and she talked about, this girlfriend package, the wifey package, and all that other stuff. I've looked this shit up. And it's just like, for a weekend, if you're in Miami for the weekend, like she got this package, her time is valuable and all that other stuff. Sometimes it's just time. You just want to get your dick wet by some fucking porn star and all that other stuff. She got that price for you. This is why there's like a lot of people with prostitution is just like, you might as well just legalize it because people are doing it. I just want to see the ads though. When they do legalize, if they do legalize prostitution, I want to see the ads. If they're going to tax it, because I think a lot of people, to me, I'd be surprised women are for it. Probably because other than getting caught, I would think people would be against it because if you're going to tax prostitution, how much are you going to tax? And is it going to help the economy? It might. I don't know. But in conclusion, because I know I babble and I babbled this on too long, but I did kind of stay on topic. Um, I hope the Abba and Priest and the Fresh and Fit get settled because, like I said, we're men. I feel like this, like if anybody knows how to resolve situations and go about their separate ways, is men. Because I've always said when men fight, usually when men fight, that's the end of it. When women fight, it's the beginning. Because I don't, if they do fight, I just want to see it end. That's I just want to see it end and then go about their separate ways. They ain't gotta like each other, but they solved it. They moved on. Go get your money, each of them. But yeah, I do think Fresh got to catch whoever it is. They got to catch the favorite preach. Talk about their wife. That's the ultimate disrespect. Like I said, if you want to talk about someone's kids or they someone's wife, obviously you want the smoke. Obviously you want to throw hands. So they got to throw right there. They got to throw them hands. I think that's why he challenged them to a boxing match because like you talked about their wife. Oh, we gonna have to talk about things. So also, when it comes to the Fox paying for the box, excuse me, to each of his own. Some people do it, some people not. But it's not because, for the people that do it, not because they ain't got no game. It might be one reason, but sometimes it's not it. Sometimes it's just time consuming. Sometimes you just want to get your dick wet. And I'm tune in for next video. I'm gonna show you like what I learned from strip clubs because I used to frequent strip clubs all the time, and I'll tell you why. So till then, I've been holding on to that for like the longest. I think this is finding the time to probably talk about strip clubs and some shit like that. So with that being said, my name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.